in one way, they're frightened of freedom. They don't know
Yeah.
if they were given it, they don't know what they would do with it, so to speak.
That's right. And that's the aversion therapy again. By associating real independence and real freedom with alienation and loneliness and insanity,
Yeah.
you will find that now, right up the scale, even to some very, very highly intelligent people, they're terribly neurotic. Like I'd say that most of the people you're looking at in the world are pseudo-sane. They don't have true sanity. That's nowhere. That hasn't happened at all. And when you come to the running alongside behaviorism, but of course it began before behaviorism, so one could say that behaviorism is an outgrowth of Calvinism, running neck and neck, pretty much until the present day, is this undercurrent of Calvinism that was strong throughout the world in the Protestant communities and very strong in your country, Sweden, and extremely strong in America. It's this Lutheran Calvinistic model, and anyone who studied John Calvin, first of all, if they've studied them, they realize he was a Jewish person, actually. John Cohen is his real name, and he was part of the Illuminati establishment. And he is more responsible for creating Protestantism than even Luther was. He did more work. And this guy was one of the most psychopathic creatures that ever has been on the face of the earth. In the Geneva, where his main center was and where he started from, that was literally the most repressive police state that you could imagine. Where women were even, forbidden to wear hats. Nobody could smile. I mean, you should just read, just go into Wikipedia or go onto the net and try to, look up John Calvin and Geneva under Calvinism, and then it moves west, you see, into Amsterdam and into England eventually. And when you do the homework, you'll actually find out that this guy was basically a proto-communist. All the trappings of any kind of affluence or decadent society. Man was a total sinner. The world was a hideous, horrible purgatory. There was no joy in being in the body, no joy from sexuality, no joy from looking at nature. Everything was suspect, and your only good was to slave, in this sort of a collectivistic way, and hope that you would, then merit the compassion and forgiveness of God. And this dour, puritanical aspect was live and dangerous in America right from the very, very beginning. And it had certain reactions. Maybe we can talk about that a little bit later in the program, about it did have a reaction, and that's where the New Age comes from. Mm-hmm. People who bash the New Age, especially this sort of canned motivational stuff that you have right now with the Anthony Robbins and The Secret and that kind of thing.
Right.
And people laugh at this and think it's horrible. Yeah, well, wait a minute. That in a positive way, that was a reaction to this terribly grave-like, cemetery-like dourness, you see, of the Calvinism. Like I said, and even Hegel would have agreed with this, that everything eventually creates its antithesis. Well, the antithesis to this dour Christian, morbid, deathly cult of doom and gloom and morbidity was this hippie movement, and then the so-called,
New Age.
The New Age and the motivational stuff that's now a bit more sanitized, the Oprah Winfrey smile and be happy, Prozac smile shit. That's a reaction to this. But without